self-motivation. There is something that continuously pushing you to move forward. In the words of Iqbal, you would say, खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि खुदा खुद बंदे से पूछे कि बता तेरी रजा क्या है. So make yourself so able. We are going to start one of the very motivational topic, that is motivation itself. So as you can look at the board, the word self-motivation. The motivation which comes from within will make you feel energetic. If you have got that energy, plus there is something that continuously pushing you to move forward, that is called self-motivation. Khudi, we call in other words. In the words of Iqbal, you would say, khudi ko kar buland itna. Like, if you make yourself so fostered, people will understand your reliability. People will understand your importance. Even God understands your importance there. खुद ही को कर बुलंद इतना कि खुदा खुद बंदे से पूछे कि बता तेरी रजा क्या है. So make yourself so able, make yourself so energetic, so committed, so passionate, so that the God himself would come to you and ask what you want actually. So you need to be very much committed towards your goal. You should never lose your hope, even if you are hardest hit. If you have lost each and everything in your life, you must not lose hope. You must feel self-motivated. From within, your conscience should realize self-realization is the best realization. Self-motivation is the best motivation. Sometimes we feel motivated by some awards. Sometimes we feel motivated by our parents. Sometimes we feel motivated by our teachers. But these all are extrinsic motivations, outer motivations. But the best motivation that comes from within. If you feel motivated from your own conscience, from your own soul, from your own self, that will be the greatest ever motivation. Let me give you one of the greatest examples ever. When I was a student, in my hostel, there used to be a person. His name, I still remember, is Sahil Bugyo. And he was handicapped. He was a disabled person. He had no hands. And he had only one leg. And he had no arms, plus no hands. He had only one leg. And he used to write with the help of toes, with the help of the fingers of the feet. Now see, but I always felt energetic when I saw that. Whenever we used to meet with that guy, he always had grin on his face. He always had smile on his face. So we used to feel bewildered. We used to feel so, we were somehow, I sometimes rendered speechless. That how is it even possible that a person like this, even though he doesn't have got, hands and leg, he would be facing so many problems there, but still he's so much motivated. Whenever I used to meet him, he would say, Mr. Sikandar, we are very lucky people that God has given us each and everything. I was shocked. I used to get shocked that if this person is saying that we people are quite lucky, we people are quite fortunate, that God has blessed us with each and everything. He used to motivate us by saying that God has blessed us with each and everything. And look at the motivation, and that comes from within. Nobody is going to motivate you. People, this world is full of maroons. This world is full of ill wishes. Your enemies are everywhere. Hypocrites are everywhere. Some, duplicate people are there. And they are there to drag your legs. Nobody is there to support you, but your own inner soul. If he is aware, if he knows each and everything, if he has got that capacity and capability of taking the decisions and facing the problems, nobody is going to stop you. Nobody will be able to stop you in achieving any of your destination in the world. And that man, I still remember, I would come back to I would come back to Mr. Sahil Bugyo with broad smile on his face. I still remember how he used mobile phone. He used to have mobile phone, but he used to use that mobile phone with the help of the toes, or like I should say, the fingers of feet. He used to write with the foot. I mean, you can't believe that what sort of difficulties, what sort of hardships, what sort of things he might have faced. But still, those old problems did not destroy his determination. If you are determined, if you are committed, if you are standing like a man and you are facing the problems bravely and gallantly, nothing can be impossible in front of you. That guy was very hardworking. I mean, then we used to realize, we used to feel, if this person can be happy, like handicapped person like Sahil Bugyo, if this can be happy, why can't we? I mean, he has got nothing as if we compare him with ourselves. Like, he has no hands, he has got no legs, but still he is happy and satisfied, and he has got the habit of being grateful to God for giving him such beautiful life and such other things. He says, see, I mean, one of the other things that I still remember when he said, Sekandar, do you remember? Where we are today, this may be the dream for many. Many people are there in the villages and in rural areas. They have dreamed to be studying at universities, but they can't get opportunity. We are the lucky people. We are the most fortunate people that God has selected us. And we are here. And this is how you all can feel motivated. That you people are selected. You might have so many other classmates in your primary, school. Do you remember that all others are studying? Only some of them would be studying and pursuing their careers. Some might have left the school after completing the 5th class. Some might have left later. Some might have faced so many problems, and their parents were so poor and they were not able to afford such high fees there. And this is how we need to feel self-motivated in a way that we need to realize, we need to understand by analyzing the people who are living in our surroundings. God has given us that capability of thinking and understanding and evaluating and assessing the things. If we cannot do it, if we are not able to do it, who else can come forward and change our life? Do you really think that somebody will come to us and is going to change our life? No. If you are waiting for someone that he'll come and change your life, you are waiting for the miracles, and miracles don't happen. Miracles are being, they are always created. If you want to create the miracles, you will find your name in the chapters of the history. Create miracles by yourself. And how would you create miracles? See, you would create miracles as, if I give the example of this guy, Wasim. See, if he starts speaking so confidently, this will not be less than a miracle. Don't you all think that, see, all odds were, against him. When you are disappointed, but there is always something that will be consistently or constantly pushing you ahead to move forward. Motivation is a sort of trigger. It is a sort of stimulus. Do you know what the trigger or stimulus is? Something that keeps on pushing you to move ahead, to go ahead. And what that can be, like sometimes you have imagined that you are going to be a great doctor, and that medical field is becoming your trigger. And from within, all the time, you are thinking, you're realizing, you're coming to a point that I am going to be a doctor. And that keeps you pushing for the sake of studying hard, pursuing the career. That will never let you sleep. If you go and sleep, but that dream, that trigger, that stimulus will never let you sleep until and unless you are done, you are completed. I still remember one another thing that when in university, when I was a student, literally, I had a paper of history of language, and at that time, that subject used to be very, very difficult in a way that the teacher concerned for that subject was very strict in our previous year. Do you understand what I'm saying? In that previous year, he failed 90% students in that paper. 90% students of in our senior class got failed just a year before when we were students there. So we could not sleep. We used to work hard. But I still remember at the night of that paper, I was so tired, I was so exhausted, I was so done up because I had to go to the city for some urgent piece of work, and one of my brothers was he was hospitalized, so I was there all the day. But when I got back to the hostel, I was so exhausted, I was so done up, I was so tired, I was not able to concentrate on my studies. And the other day, it was a paper, and the most difficult paper of my career. And I was so mentally upset and so depressed. That anxiety, I still remember. I was trying to concentrate, but my eyes were getting down and down. I was not able to concentrate. I was just, leafing through the pages. But after 2 to 3 hours, when I gave each and everything, I just put up all my nerves, but still I was not able to study. I decided that I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to study anymore, because if I'm not able to concentrate, what is the use of studying then? I had better sleep rather than studying and wasting my time or squandering my time in just leafing the page, just changing the page. So I decided that I was going to sleep. Before sleeping, I went to washroom. At that moment, I don't remember, the voice came from within. The original Sikandar spoke to me. Says, my conscience talked to me and said to me, why are you going to sleep? If you got failed in the paper, you will be regretting the whole life. You will repent whole life that, hey, if I didn't sleep that night, I would pass my paper. Why did I sleep? Don't you think this mistake will turn out to be a blunder in your life? My mind, which was whole in darkness, all of a sudden, light lit up. And I simply realized that whether or not, yes or not, if I'm able to concentrate or not, I'm not going to sleep. My dream is not letting me sleep. That makes me work hard. I still remember I did not sleep for a single second at that night. I was feeling, done up and tired, I still remember. But that dream, that passion, that inner satisfaction, that self-motivation, that didn't let me sleep. And then I did what? Earlier, I faced that I was about to sleep. I was feeling sleepy because I was tired. But then I changed my strategies. Before, I was reading silently. Now, I did not sit in a chair. I just took my book and I was moving around the room. And I was just talking to the book as if I were giving the lecture, so that I should fight against the sleep. The whole night I was talking to myself loudly. I was reading all those chapters, and I had to repeat all those chapters by that time. But I still remember when the day of the result came, I got, I suppose, second position in that paper. And I was the happiest of the lot. Because I still remember only 10% students or 12% students passed, and I was one of them. And you won't believe I got only 52 marks, but still I was second. Still I was second. You know, got how many marks did I get in out of 100? 52 marks, but I was second. I mean, you would come to know that how strict that teacher was. I won't mention the name of that teacher, but he was so strict. He didn't used to give marks. He would give 58 first position or 60 first position. And overall, this is the position of our department. So we need to feel self-motivated. See, when you rise from within. When you fall from within. As you know, one of the greatest philosophers says, a man can be broken but can't be defeated. So you can be broken, but you can't be defeated if you have got that will, if you have got that determination, if you have got that enthusiasm. You can be broken, you can be devastated, you can be destroyed, but you can't be defeated. You can't be defeated. If you don't accept the defeat, if you don't bow down, if you don't, if you don't accept all the things that you are supposed to face. So this is how we always say, like, मर्द नहीं जो डर जाए हालात के खूनी मंजर से, जिस हाल में जीना मुश्किल हो उस हाल में जीना लाजिम है. This should be the point. You know, a man, the strong man, always faces the problems bravely and gallantly, and you need to understand this thing. And we all must realize that self-motivation is the best motivation. We need to realize by our own self. I mean, you all should think about this thing, that, you know, when we talk about destination, we will say, मंजिल उनको ही मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. Don't you think we always say? Otherwise, your dreams should be strong. They must carry water. They must hold water. Like, मंजिल उनको ही मिलती है जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. पंखों से कुछ नहीं उड़ता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. So if you are determined, you will rise, you will fly, and your destination will be sky, and your limit is sky. So be self-motivated, be enthusiastic, be straightforward, be passionate, realize yourself, talk to yourself, assess yourself, examine yourself, compare yourself with the society in order to know where you stand. Only then you'll be able to rise and you will be able to shine, and you'll be one of those stars that always twinkle and shine up in the sky. This is all for today.